What is happening, everybody? My name's Seven and welcome back to a brand new Fortnite Battle Royale video. Now in today's video I have so much exclusive information, it's literally only been released. There is brand new map names and different areas and how they've changed them. There's some screenshots from the underground mines and so much more. So this video will be packed with a bunch of different information that you currently might not know. Also, I would like to give a quick mention to my friend How to Gains. He's been working really hard on Fortnite content. He spent literally over a week working on this new video that he uploaded and it is so cool. It's got lots of cool tips in it and it's well put together. It's really worth checking out, so please do go and show him some 7 Squad love. I'll link his channel in the description below. Now let's get straight into today's information video. Now the first location we're going to take a look at is focused on the bottom left hand corner just next to Flush Factory. Now this is the area I'm at right now. At this junction here on the opposite side of the river, you're able to find an area that is kind of looking like a factory, but it hasn't been confirmed. We don't exactly know what it is. It's an unnamed location, and across the bridge we also have lots more goodies. So I'm going to go around, I'm going to show you all the different locations in order of, like, for example, a loot run. So that's going to be the first one on the opposite side there. Every section over the other side of the hill is going to be lathered with love and lots of buildings. Not too far from that location, there's also the location where you can find the chair and this little Coke can machine and 2 cars just parked in this empty little car park, which seems like completely pointless because there's nothing currently around here apart from the chair and the abandoned building. But around this area and many other areas like this, they've actually appointed like different unnamed buildings, and they all kind of look similar on the map too, like I say, the small factories or the small little settlements of houses. So that's going to be here just in between Greasy Grove and obviously the Flush Factory. Now this is also really close to where the mines are going to be. Now the mines actually have a name and they are known as the Shifty Shafts. Now these Shifty Shafts are going to be absolutely awesome. It's going to bring a different style of combat because of course a lot of people are going to be fighting close quarters when they go down in there. I don't know what kind of loot's going to be down there, but we can confirm, and they have said this before, that with these new areas of and extra places to go, obviously each of these have new chest spawns, which means there's going to be more loot spread across the map, and it's going to really activate this side. Now while running around collecting all of these actual locations and showing you all this footage, I didn't actually find many people, literally probably no more than 2 or 3 people, which will change drastically when this update comes out. And the entire area that I'm walking around right now is actually going to become dedicated to this mine system, so it's going to be cool to see how big the mines are and what's the external and internal of the Shifty Shafts. But this is going to be a really popular location without a doubt. This is also kind of became the new factory in a way, because it is kind of in between a lot of the major cities. It's in between obviously Salty Springs, Flush Factory and Greasy Grove as well, so a lot of people will jump here, even for the fact of that it is just simply going to be a set of underground mines. People are going to love it. Not only that though, it's also really close to the brand new city, and I showed this off in a video the other day, where it's going to be placed on the side of Loot Lake. Now we know this from the screenshots that we've seen, where we could see both the islands on Loot Lake and the angle that they were facing. We were able to tell at what part of the mountains they were actually going to be placed in this new city. Now the city's name is Tilted Towers. Nobody guessed this whatsoever. Everyone was thinking it was Vacant Valley or it was City Central, and there was loads of other daft names people fired at me as well, but Tilted Towers is going to be that city's name. This is the exact location that we're going to be able to find a city. It's going to expand all the way along and take all of this area up. I imagine these mountains that we're currently looking at will most likely be flattened, and we can obviously see the 2 islands in the background on Loot Lake, as I mentioned before. This is going to be a vast area that the city is going to cover, and you're going to get multiple levels of combat. You're going to get close quarters in the buildings, you're going to get roof snipers, you're going to get down below, the people are going to go into the underpasses where the cars will be, and it's also the second largest city, what it looks like on the new map. So Pleasant Park will remain the biggest, and this will be the second biggest, but we all know that this is going to be a very popular destination. Now this is also one of the kind of in routes to other areas as well. For example, what we're going to run to, which is a unnamed location just to the side of Tilted Towers, very similar to the factory that we currently see, which is placed between Dusty Depot, Retail Row and Salty Springs. It's a landing location for people who want a bit of quick loot, who then want to head into a city that has already been under fire. It's kind of easier to pick people off in that way, as long as you're able to survive the initial landing at that factory. There is a secondary looking factory area. This might even be the motel. We don't actually actually know because it's not named on the map. It could be another factory, it could be a motel, it could be any of the buildings that has been mentioned or showcased in any of the actual pictures. At the moment there is only a building here and a little, obviously little shed as well, which you can get some chests from if you're lucky, but at this moment in time I'm not sure if they're going to end up keeping this or just flatten it, because of course you can see there was a beautiful flat plane. They could just flatten that house and place it dead on here on top of it, but definitely at this junction there will be it. And as you can see, the roads lead from Greasy Grove up. You've got Tilty Towers to the right, and then you've also got the actual Snobby Shores to the left. So like I said before, it's going to be dead on the center of absolutely everything, with Pleasant Park being not too far away, and the same for Loot Lake. The area we're passing through right now is going to be known as the Haunted Hills. We're unaware of what this is going to entail, but it has shown on the map that it's quite dark and quite dingy, so it is going to be somewhat spooky, I imagine. I'm just not 100% sure what is going to be here. If you guys have any idea or any concepts that you'd like to see, then definitely let me know in the comments, but I can just imagine lots of little scattered buildings, probably a similar format to somewhere like Lonely Lodge, but it having a very haunted aspect to it instead of, obviously, you know, like a kid's holiday type thing, you know, like, which is the vibe that Lonely Lodge gives off. It's a family friendly location. This is probably going to be the exact opposite to Lonely Lodge, so it's going to be interesting to see. And that is going to be placed just off the side of Pleasant Park. It's also not too far away from the Junction, which I'll show you just after this. As well as this one, this also leads nicely down the coastline all the way down to the Snobby Shores, which we'll be able to see after this location. We're fast approaching the area known as Snobby Shores. This simply just has one building here at this moment in time, and it's quite a nice looking area at this moment. It's very vast. There's nice hills to the left hand side of where I'm standing, and to the right hand side you have a beautiful look over the top of the cliffs leading off into the ocean. It looks absolutely wonderful around this area. However, like I stated in the previous video and in a bunch of other commentaries I've done as well, areas like this do reflect their names very well. So I'm not sure what this is going to entail, but I can imagine some kind of mansion or some kind of, you know, really luxurious location being here, whether it's a set of cottages or something along those lines, because the word snobby does tend to kind of apply itself to somebody who's up themselves and who believes they're better than everyone else, and that tends to occur when people are extremely very rich, and, you know, they're brought up into very rich families or something like that. That's not, you know, it is stereotypical, so not everyone like who has a lot of money will be like that, but it is definitely a natural reference to the word snobby, someone that's up themselves. So I can imagine this area being pretty posh, maybe having some nice mansions, some nice houses. It's going to be pretty cool. Now, the final two locations are going to be focused on the top left-hand corner of the map. See this area here, which is wonderfully flat and perfect for level design, as well as these tree sections. These trees that we're looking at right now, they will be completely flattened. They'll be wiped out, and this area will be very, very open. Now, this is going to be the area which we're going to know as Junction. Now, this is where that scrapyard that I've mentioned prior is going to be placed. We had a pretty good guess that it would be around the area up here where we would find like the motel, but it looks like there could still be something up here, whether it's the motel or whether it's a different set of buildings. There is definitely in this other flat area to the right hand side going to be another set of buildings. So this area where you have the abandoned building, we also have the little mattress as well over there as well, where you can get weapons, etc. But this will all be taken out, and then on here will be planted another location. So this top left hand corner is going to be really, really interesting. Now, as you can see, the zone is actually centered down the bottom right hand side, so these zones are going to definitely change, and there's going to be more to the top left and further up and at the bottom side of the map. It's going to be interesting to see how the zones play out, because of course they're not going to ignore all these brand new locations coming into the game. People are going to have to change how they play drastically. If you didn't already notice as well, in these different areas there is going to be a change to the landscape, and this is this last section on this top left hand side before it leads into what is going to be known as the farming district. So this is going to be remaining as the mountaineerous kind of area before it goes over into the farm. Now, this is actually already a house settlement, as we can already see this, and it's very, very close, like I say, to the farming district. This is going to be changed out. no idea what's going to be here, but this is going to be completely flattened and then rebuilt. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to be in this final location. And in total, I've shown you 10 different locations where these places are going to be. And when they do land with the update, I will be going to all of them. And I'll show you all the different landscapes and the different biomes and all the changes so that you can really grasp like what's going on, where to land, what to do, where you can find the loot, and so much more. I really do hope that you've enjoyed today's video. It took me a long time to put this together and collect all the correct information so that you weren't missing out. I will speak to you all in the comments below. Thank you for watching. My name's B7, also known as Martin Good. Like and comment on all that you love. Peace.